What's up, everybody? It's Matt, Comic Order 410. This is part 2 of my submissions and slab pickups from last year and this year. To get started, started submitting more of my Marvel 30-cent test covers, getting really close to finishing the run. Still don't have it totally completed. There's a few ghosts I'm after that I know I'm going to have to shell out money to get, but getting really close, and I'm happy with a lot of the copies I already own. Starting off, submitted my Incredible Hulk number 200 test cover. This got a 9.2. Submitted my Marvel Spotlight 29 30-cent test cover. This is second solo Moon Knight. I still need the test cover to Marvel Spotlight 28, but this one got an 8.5. Last year, picked up another one of the Westerns I was missing. Got the Kid Colt 209 30-cent test cover. This came back 6.5. Really happy to get that one knocked out. Those can be a pain. So submitted my Invaders number 7 30-cent test cover. This is a great book. It's actually first appearance of Baron Blood and Union Jack. This got a 9.4 with white pages. Really happy with that. It's a beautiful copy. Submitted my Eternals 1 30-cent test cover. It's got a 7.0 with white pages. And also submitted my Eternals 2. It's first Celestials. This got a 9.0 with white pages. Very happy with those submissions. Also submitted one of my Firestorm 61 Superman test logos. That got a 9.6 with white pages. Hard book to find in high grade, period, just because of the test logo, but also because of the white cover. Submitted my Amazing 121. It's the Death of Gwen. That got a 5.0. And another Spidey classic, Gil Kane cover. Had this in my collection since the 90s. Probably should have upgraded it earlier, but never did. But for what I paid for this, very happy to get a 6.0 back on this book. Amazing 129 first Punisher. So this, I got graded 10 or 12 years ago, and it got a 9.0. Cracked it, gave it to my presser. Al bumped it up to a 9.6 with white pages. Really happy with that. He does great work, and his prices are really good too. You should check him out online, Basement Comics Pressing. This is my Ghost Rider number 1. That came back a 7.0 with off-white to white. Submitted my Valiant Legend of Zelda number 1. That came back a 9.6 with white pages. Happy with that. I'd like to see the grader's notes on that. They didn't upload a lot of my grader's notes, which is kind of frustrating. Submitted that on site. My Savage She-Hulk number 1 came back a 9.6 with white pages. Very happy with that. And my San Diego Comic-Con Sentry number 1 variant. I think I paid 80 bucks for this book, but turned out to be a smart move because it came back a 9.8 with white pages. I believe this is a 1 in 75 ratio, but I have all the 1 in 25s and all the sketch variants, which I think are 1 in 75s, to Secret Invasion. Submitted my sketch variant to number 1. That came back a 9.8 with white pages. Submitted the nicest of my 3 copies of Avengers Annual 10. First appearance of Rogue. This came back 9.6 with white pages. Beautiful copy again. Bought this already slabbed, paid a good bit for it, but I think it was worth what I paid, and very happy to get this one knocked out. X-Men 100 30-cent test cover at a 9.0. Just a great Dave Cockrum cover there. Also thought the time was right. So I have a nice Hulk 181. My Hulk 180 was like mid to low mid grade, so decided to go ahead and upgrade that. Got rid of my raw copy and upgraded to an 8.0. So very happy with that. Now, I submitted this at Baltimore, and I don't even know why. I brain farted somehow and just forgot to get David Michelini to sign this when I got my 300 signed, but still submitted it. Amazing 301, came back a 9.4. Would have been nice to have that signed, but them's the breaks. Also decided to upgrade my X-Men 94. Didn't do a huge upgrade, but I had a 6.0, and it had off-white pages, and it had a water stain on the back. It was in the old original red CGC label, and looking at it, it was a 6.0 with off-white, and with that water stain, I was going to crack and have it pressed and regraded, but I was not only not confident that it would get a higher grade, I thought it might even get a lower grade because of that water stain, so I got rid of that and purchased the 7.0 white pages copy. Again, I got this off my presser along with this next book. He gave me a really great deal on both of them. He had this X-Men 95 9.4 with white pages, Death of Thunderbird. Beautiful copy of this book. So snatched both of those up. Submitted my Young Avengers #1. Came back a 9.8 with white pages. Bought that book off the rack. Submitted some of my magazines as well. This is Marvel Preview #4. This came back a 9.0 for Star-Lord. For what I have into this book, very happy with a 9.0 on it. Submitted my Marvel Preview #2. It's the Origin of the Punisher. Gorgeous gray Morrow cover here. And this came back 7.5. Submitted my Marvel Super Special #1 Kiss book. As many of you know, this is the infamous book where they all put their blood in the red ink before it was printed. Started some of the satanic panic back in the day. This and the next issue, I believe they both have a Kiss poster in the middle. Much harder to find them intact, but very happy with that at an 8.5. Submitted my final issue of Conan 235. Sorry, final issue of Savage Sword of Conan 235. That came back 9.2 with white pages. Very tough book to find. In general, this black border on the back doesn't help. That's why it got a 9.2, but still very happy to have that tough book to get. This was another crack, press, and regrade. So this is Vampirella 113. Very tough book to find in my experience. Not only is this the final issue of the magazine, it's also the first and only magazine issue that Harris published. So it's kind of a double whammy on making it tough to track down. But this book goes for a lot of money and a 9.4. It was a 9.0. My presser did a great job. Came back 9.4. I know GPA on this book at a 9.4 is over $1,000. So very stoked with that. last but certainly not least, I remember when I bought this book, the guy wanted a hefty price for it. I think he wanted like $60 for it, and that was a really high price for a raw copy. But when I looked it over, I didn't see anything wrong with it. And this is my favorite Richard Corbin cover of all time. Creepy 101, Jaws of Death cover. That yellow and red just draw the eye, and then you have Richard Corbin with his insane color palettes here. Just a beautiful cover, and this came back 9.8 with white pages, which for a magazine from 1978, not too commonplace. So very happy with that. Just a flawless copy of favorite cover from one of my favorite artists. So that's about what I've been up to as far as slab wise for the past year and a half. But as always, thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate your time. Take care of yourself and enjoy your comics.